Hey guys, what's up? To Insky Nation. Today is March 14, 2014, and I want to talk about motivation and how can one person tap into their motivation center. I like to call it the motivation center because this is where your drive, all of that stuff that that you wake up in the morning and work towards achieving your goals comes from. So let's talk about how we can tap into that motivation center. This is how I do it. I'm not saying this is the only way or this is the right way. This is what I learned. This is what I've learned through my experience. And I actually wrote down some points here. I don't usually write things down. These videos are usually freeballed, but today I thought this was important enough to write something and make sure I don't forget anything. The first point I want to make is that reaching your goal will not be easy. Nothing worth having comes easily. So, as you work towards your goals, you should you should know well enough that you should embrace the pain rather than fight it. The soreness in the morning, you wake up in the morning, you're sore as fuck. Excuse me for cursing, but I don't give a shit. You're sore as fuck. It's you can say, okay, I'm too sore to go to the gym, or you could say, oh shit, I'm sore. Let's go onto the pain, because once you're sore, you're kind of numb to. Once you become to get to a point of being able to handle so much pain, you don't become sore anymore. I know I go to the gym, I work out. A lot of times I don't become sore. It's not that the intensity of my workout has changed, it's just my mind tunes out the pain. So rather than fighting the pain and saying, okay, maybe I should take a day off. There are some instances where you need to take a day off where your body is completely worn out. That's different. But because of a little bit of soreness in your legs or whatever, or your chest or your back, what have you, you shouldn't exactly, you shouldn't let that divert you away from your goals by skipping a day. So instead of fighting the pain, embrace the pain. It's the shit. After a while, you'll start craving pain. I don't know. It's weird. It sounds kind of kinky, but you're gonna love the pain. You're gonna the days when I know from my experience that days I'm not sore. It's not like I get upset, but the days I am sore, I'm kind of happy. I'm like, yes, I'm sore. I did something. I went to the next level. The second point I want to make is the struggle. Getting to your goals, whatever they may be, muscle building, fat loss, whatever it is, you're going to struggle. It's part of, again, nothing worth having comes easy. So embrace the struggle. It's just part of it. There are some days where, you're like, holy shit, this is a little too much. And if your goal is to whatever your goal is, it's okay to have one minor cheat meal or whatever to alleviate the pain of the struggle. But again, if you try to fight the struggle, it's always going to win. It's an inanimate thing that's out there. You're never going to win that. So it's better to just embrace it. You know that your friends are going to be out there drinking beer, having a good time, smoking weed, all that fun stuff. And if you know you can't do that, just be like, fuck it, I can't do it. Stay in, be a nerd, play some video games, do something to keep your mind off the struggle. So instead of fighting the struggle, you're just diverting your thoughts somewhere else. The third point, which I have written down here, it's to tune out the noise. This is really important because if you're working towards your goals, there are more than one way to get to your goal. But if you already have a set plan to go to your goal, you should tune out the noise. Let me explain. Because let's say you have a 12-week program that you're following, or whatever you have, you know what you have to do to get from point A to point B, and you're gonna find a lot of different ways to get from point A to point B. and let's say you're, out of your 12 weeks, you're in like week 3, and then you decide to, read an article saying something else, and then you divert that way to reach point B. You're never going to reach point B. If you keep going, you should go from point A to point B like that instead of like that, and then you're going to keep going. You're going to keep diverting, and it's going to take a longer time to get from point A to point B. So that's what I mean by tune out the noise. Tune out like a lot of information. Just have it, like if somebody tells you about a new program, new diet, okay, cool, I'll try it after I'm done with my 12 week. Whatever you have, because I know a lot of workout programs, workout nutrition programs are usually 6 to 12 weeks or more, but that's what I mean by tune out the noise. Fourth point that I have here, it's to have a schedule. I know, like, if you have school and you have work, you have a lot of things, it's really hard to have a set schedule, but it's really good. It's kind of not only good, it's essential to have a set schedule. Knowing that, for me at least, last semester, my set schedule was wake up at 8 a.m. This is when my gym opens, so I would wake up at 8 a.m. My class wouldn't start till 12, so from 8 to probably like 11, I would be at the gym. This semester, it's a little bit different because all my classes are morning, and I have, maybe one evening class. So this semester, I go from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it's kind of like my set schedule. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., nothing gets in the way. Homework can be done before or after, or it's going to wait. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you'll find me at the gym. That's just the way it is. It's just my schedule. Somebody tells me, let's go out to dinner at 6 p.m. Nope, fuck you. I'm not doing that. I gotta go to the gym. Yep. Fifth. A lot of people don't reach their goals and are less motivated to achieve their goals. It's because they failed. Okay? So, you failed. It's time to move the fuck on. Everybody fails. I've failed. You learn from your failures. I think this is one of the most important points. I don't know why I labeled it fifth. I should have said this the first thing in the video. But you failed. Okay, it happened. If you're trying to hang on to the past, it's not gonna progress. It's not gonna, help you achieve your goals. It's the past. You failed. You learn from it. Great. Time to move on. Seriously, move on. And the last point. This is a pretty short video, hopefully. The last point, and I think this is kind of cool because this is something that I've done, and I think it really helps. My last point was you failed and you moved on. That was the most important point. I think this is the second most important point. You should tell everybody. You should brag before you achieve it. I remember in May of 2012, this is when I was 180 pounds, around 180 pounds. And before I even, achieved my goals, which was to lose weight, 38 pounds to be exact, before it was my goal to do that, I bragged. I kind of just I told everybody. That's my sixth point. Tell everybody. So when I was 180 pounds, I told my parents, give me like, by the end of the summer, I'm gonna be 150. I told everybody. I told my friends. I blasted it on Twitter. I blasted it on whatever. Like, I blasted it on Instagram. Tell everybody. You know why? Because the next time you feel like giving up, you're going to think, holy shit, that was my... I told my parents. I told my friend. I told my colleagues that I can't fail. How would it look if come the end of the deadline and I still haven't achieved my goals? If you don't achieve your goals with this tactic, you're gonna come pretty damn close to it, which is an amazing thing. So, your next Facebook status, it's gonna be your goal. And this is how I would phrase your status or whatever you decide to post. I plan to be, if it's in pounds or whatever your goal is, I plan to, do a backflip by the end of the week, or learn to do a backflip by the end of the week. You see how that's structured? I have a goal and I have a timeline. That, goals and timelines, that's really another essential thing to having motivation. If you have very loose goals, I know somebody that doesn't know their goals at all. So what happens is that anything that's put in front of him as far as food goes, it's devoured, and then he moans and bitches about not achieving his goals. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock Holmes, you're not going to achieve your goals because you're eating cake on a daily basis, pretty much, or you're eating burgers on a daily basis, and you come moaning and bitching to me saying, oh, bro, why don't you give me some workout tips or some nutritional info? Well, you don't have set goals. So after you set your goals, you tell everybody your goals. That is just plain and simple. So these 6 points, embrace the pain, embrace the struggle, tune out the noise, have a schedule. If you failed, move on. And most important, one of the more important points, tell everybody. So your next Facebook status, that's what it is. Insky Nation, Drew Insky here. Peace out.